The Reserve Bank meets again next week to discuss interest rates, and some commentators are now saying the tide is turning in favour of a rate cut. There's been more evidence to show how tough things are for the retail, construction and manufacturing sectors, and the high cost of funding, which saw banks hiking rates independently of the RBA earlier this year, is now getting cheaper. So what are the chances of a cut? Alan Kohler is the host of Inside Business.
I think rates will definitely come down, but whether it's next week or not, I'm not sure. I think it's probably 50-50 next week, but they'll definitely come down because of the slowdown in China mainly. Things have been improving in America. There's no question about that. The American economy is getting there. The European economy seems to be still heading into recession. There's still a lot of question marks about Europe, and Europe was the reason that rates were cut in November and December last year. So that changed a bit in February and March. Europe got a bit better. Still question marks about Europe, but the thing that's happening now is the slowdown in China, and there is a question now as to whether China actually goes into recession. I think whatever happens, the Reserve Bank will have to cut rates because of that.
It looks like a tough budget in May. What difference is that going to make?
The federal government is committed to a surplus for the next financial year, 12-13, from a deficit this year of 37 billion at least, maybe 40 billion. It'll be the biggest austerity program, one of the biggest austerity programs in the world, including Spain and Portugal and the rest of them. I mean, the federal government is putting a massive squeeze on the Australian economy to try to get it back into surplus. And so actually the Reserve Bank will probably have to do something to counter that. So I actually think that because of what's going on with the federal budget, the Reserve Bank will be cutting rates more than it would have otherwise done.
Finally, Alan, what's coming up on Inside Business this Sunday?
Well, there's so much going on this week in business. We had the banning of Huawei, the big Chinese company, from participating in the NBN. Then all this stuff about News Corporation, Leighton Holdings announcing big losses, and we've got an interview actually with the chairman of Huawei Australia, who's complaining about being locked out of the NBN because of security concerns.
Look forward to it. Alan, thank you.
Thank you.